We're here in Miramichi on the start of a week-long snowmobiling adventure in the province of New Brunswick. Frank, you hang out here. It's time for this guy to go ride.
Snowmobiling in New Brunswick has become extremely important, and the reason for that is because it's attracting so many people, both from Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, but we're seeing the markets of Quebec and Ontario grow and grow and grow. Through many partnerships over the years, both with the province and our federation, obviously the businesses and especially our clubs and volunteers, everybody's bought in, and that buy-in has brought more and more people here, and we say that snowmobiling is New Brunswick winter tourism. Winter is a big part of New Brunswick, and therefore snowmobiling is a huge part of New Brunswick. We've adopted it, and if you're going to live here, you got to love winter. And so what's happened is that snowmobiling's become part of our fabric. It's become part of the fabric of our communities, and so as that develops more and more, our partners and our governments and everybody understands the importance of it, not only for our residents, not only for the people who live here, but for all the people that we attract here as we become known more and more as a destination for winter and thus for snowmobiling. The reason it attracts people is because it is so interconnected. I've had the great privilege of snowmobiling across North America and across Canada. And because we connect directly to Nova Scotia, and directly to Prince Edward Island, and directly to Maine, and directly to Quebec, and thus to the rest of Canada, it allows people to come here, and whether it's for a weekend or whether it's for 7 days or 5 days, that interconnectivity. And so that ability to tour and that ability to see different regions in New Brunswick and to experience all of New Brunswick, both east and west and north and south, is a great advantage we have here in New Brunswick with the trail system. So in New Brunswick, I mean, the first snowmobile was here just like it was in any other part of North America or with our friends close to us in Quebec or Ontario. And so we watched what those other provinces were doing. And through great leadership, some of the people that I first called friends and colleagues, and then getting the privilege to do this, we watched very closely. And so those friendships in Quebec and those friendships in Ontario, we took the best of that, and also from the New England states. And we learned very early on that to be successful in New Brunswick, not only for our clubs and for our local people, but also to attract people to this province, what we were going to have to do was we were going to have to focus on the tourism aspect and all the resources that New Brunswick had. Used to kid with the Minister of Natural Resources. I said, sir, snow's a natural resource. And we've had that buy-in from many, many governments, both provincially and federally over the years. And so through that, and through watching what others did and not making the same mistakes, New Brunswick has now brought itself to a level that we can be proud of both here and for anybody that wants to come here. We had the advantage of learning two ways. One, by forming these partnerships and friendships nationally and internationally. And myself, I snowmobile a lot for pleasure as well as for this. And so I knew what we needed when you travel and when you saddlebag. And I remember a trip to Vermont and seeing how they were doing the signage at the intersections. And that's what became our permanent sign structures, okay? And I've snowmobiled in Quebec, and I saw how like 24 hours after this blizzard, there could be the groomers out. And so I learned, how are you doing that? How are you doing that? Because the philosophy we have here is that a snowmobiler really only needs three things, okay? One, they want the trail groom. Everybody wants the trail groom. Two, they want it signed so they know where they're going. And three, they want a map. Now a map today is all kinds of different things, but they want a map that matches the trail that they're on and the signage. You give them those three things, and I'll tell you, the discussion around at the burger pit or at night around the fireplace will be positive. So mapping is a really important part of a ride experience, whether it be for the day or be for a longer trip. And so we've had to change and we've had to develop, and we're really proud of where we're at now, because you can say, okay, we got 3 days. How far does our group ride? How far do we want to go? Where's the gas? Where's the shelters? Where's the hotel? Where are all those things? And you literally just with your finger can go click, 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 and it'll tell you to the meter where you're going. So a great sense of security, a great tool. I think it sets us above, and we're really proud of that.
I could keep it, but I'm waiting, holding on to it like that's fading, trying to find a place for all these ghosts I know.
The beauty of New Brunswick is we always have snow. So when you've got snow, you can make things happen. And unbelievably, what I learned over the years was that a lot of people that were west of us really didn't think we had snow. I don't know, I guess they thought that the snow ended. Listen, I've got great colleagues and friends in the Gaspé, and we all know the Gaspésie has snow all the time, but for some reason they thought that you crossed this magical line, there was no snow. So that's one of the big advantages in New Brunswick, is the fact that we always have snow, and with the ability to have snow, we have a long season. It typically starts in late November, and I mean really starts in November, especially in our high ground in our Christmas Mountains and near our Mount Carlton. And it goes in that same area right till the middle and end of April every year. So it's very normal for this area to have solid 3 months within the municipalities, 4 months and up to 5 months in the high ground. So that's a long season. That's a great opportunity to play. You got a long, long season. You got all kinds of major centers here. We can entertain you for 3 days, 5 days, or 7 days. You're going to find that the trail signage is impeccable. You're going to find that the grooming is as good as anywhere else. You're going to find that you can do just whatever satisfies you, whether you're an on-trail guy or whether you're a long-distance tour, you're an overnighter, or you want to stay in one place. We have it all. So step out, make that bucket list trip, make it happen.
For business owner, snowmobiling means everything to us. Because of the snowmobiling season, we do really get in a Miramichi good travelers up here, and that boosts our economy in a Miramichi. Snowmobilers, they are absolutely wonderful people, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people, and we always like to see them.
Snowmobilers, when they come to the Miramichi, are usually surprised at the quality of the trails, the differences of the trails and the different scenery that they get. We don't have dramatic heights of change in elevation, but we have some very nice scenery and well-groomed trails. The local clubs does an extraordinary job in maintaining the trails. They like the hospitality of Miramichiers, and we do get a lot of repeat business. It's a small city, 16,000 people. It has the largest geographical footprint of any city in the province, but it still has everything in the city that would entertain any need that a snowmobiler would have.